Okay, so my name is Lysandra. I go by Lisa. It's a little easier for people to be able to say that. I was asked to do this because I have been through struggles of my own, like everybody, starting since I was young. Aikong and I met doing Project Hope Movement. I had done a little work with him for a little bit with like the Rochester Police Department and things like that. So, and I'm excited to get back into it, help out as much as I can. But, so basically my story starts about when I was 14 years old. I got into drugs. I became addicted to meth at the age of 14. I'm not really sure, I can't really put a placement on what made me turn to that. The only thing that I know is what made me get out of it. So I was addicted to meth, and I was living in hotels. I was living out of suitcases. I was almost murdered. I was almost raped. I've had to go back and forth because I was a witness after the fact and stuff that I've had to testify in. And I don't, it's weird to look at myself now and realize that I went from that to who I am now, and who I have been. I've been sober for 16 years now.
Wow.
Thank you. Not to say that sometimes I don't think about it. It even comes back in my dreams and I can smell it, and it's so weird to me.
Yep.
But I never want to go back there, and so for me to be able to get away from that, I believe that using drugs was a way just to fit in. Like, we all went through that thing where we talked about belonging and wanting to feel an attachment. And I feel like the people that I was hanging out with at the time, that's what they were doing. And so I wanted to feel like I belonged. And then I ended up addicted. So when I was 19, my mom and my sister finally made me take a bus and get out of where I was living. It took me about 1.5 years to become completely sober. I slept a lot. And I remember I fought with my mother a lot. My mother is a saint for putting up with me. My father...
Shout out to Mama.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. She'll like that. But yeah, my father wasn't really around when I was younger, but we're rebuilding our connection. So that's really nice. I think a lot of the, they say that daddy issues, daddy issues are a thing. Yeah. They're a real thing. You try to find that love and connection in your relationships and in other people, and you accept things that, if you had grown up with that type of love that you wouldn't accept before. So I kind of went, I went and got sober, and then I moved here, and I've been here ever since. I'm in college now. I'm going for my dental hygiene degree. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to stop there either. I want to learn more about everything. I think I'm going to be always a college student. Even though I get my degree, I want to study so much more. I want to learn therapy. I want to learn psychology. I want to learn software engineering. I want to learn how to code. There's so many things that, and just being in America, that you have the opportunity to do. So, my message to people really is, no matter what you've been through, what has happened to you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I did have a lot of support from my family, like my sister, my brother, my mom, that got me out of the situation I was. And I literally had to move states. I moved 1,000 miles away from everybody that I was trying to be like and belong with, and get new people. And that's always possible. And I know a lot of them back home now are a lot better as well. So I'm grateful for that too. But yeah, you know, there's always a way out of things. There's always somebody that you can talk to. There's always somebody, so you're never alone. And I just want to say, like, when I was listening to Kareem and Jayden, it's just funny that, you know, you went through what you're going through, he's going through what he's going through, and you two are connected, you know, and that's God right there. Yeah. That's, you know, that's that higher power that was like, you know what, this young man, Jayden's going to need this man, Kareem, and they're going to help each other. They're going to get together. They're going to understand each other. They're going to love each other, you know, and I think that's powerful. And I think that's, you know, the one thing that I know I can rely on is God. And that's who helps the most, for sure. You know, and like, just, I think everybody here meeting, that's a higher power. Aikong and I meeting, that's a higher power. You doing this podcast, that's a higher power. You know, there's always forces that are working together. And I just feel like that's really what it's all about, you know, is helping each other, realizing that there's more to everything but yourself, but there is yourself too. And you got to love yourself. And, you know, and if you love yourself, then everybody around you can love you too. And you realize how much people love you. Because I think, like, when you don't love yourself, you think, nobody loves me. Nobody can love me.
Lisa, what was the hardest part of you to learn to love? What's been the hardest part so far?
I think the hardest part of learning to love is, that's tough.
Yeah, therapists don't ask easy questions.
Thanks a lot.
Well, no, but I heard this beautiful journey and you thanking all these people in your life, but I didn't hear you. You know, like, I didn't hear you. So that's where that question came from, is like recognizing and honor and taking pride in the work that you've done. And I was just wondering, like, what was like the hardest part for you to learn to love about yourself?
So I think actually I'm still in that process.
Yeah.
I think I could have said, yeah, I love myself, but that would be lying.
Oh.
Because I struggle with loving myself. I'm still accepting myself for who I am. I'm still figuring out who I am. It's taken, you know, years, heartache, everything. And I'm still, I mean, there's just parts of me that I still am working with, trying to get over.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to touch upon, too, what Lysandra said. So, like, I think a lot of it is just, like, seeing value, you know, in yourself. And in the Project Hope movement, we try to, like, push that, you know, out a lot with our volunteers. It's not the idea that you're saying, like, just serving food, you know, to homeless, or, like, you know, appreciating cops, like, by providing, like, free coffee. But it's actually that you're also telling them, hey, you know, we value you. You know, you're very valuable. And I think a lot of that stuff, the more we do it, it seems like there's something in people that they recognize that there's so much more potential than just the certain circumstance they're dealing with. And so just like some of this Lysandra, I think, you know, it's been encouraging, like, to just even show her, you know, her value through just like serving together, you know, like the homeless or the, you know, cops. So we did like appreciation for our leaders. And so just being there and just saying, hey guys, we value you. And I think that set example, I think she's learning herself to see value in herself, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it does make you feel good to, you know, and know that I was put here for something, and I'm glad that, you know, every day you can do something, if not for yourself, then for others, or both.
Yeah, both.
You know, sometimes you take the day to yourself, you have a bubble bath, and you're like lighting a candle.
I take a bubble bath often.
Man does a lot.
So do I. I light a candle, you know, I'm ready.
The cotton candy bubble.
Yeah, the cotton candy bubbles and the cotton candy candles. Right?
With surprise inside. So there's like
how did you know?
I have children.
See? I love it. Yeah,
if I can just quick jump in before we leave this area. And it's something just to remind everyone. I think everything that we share in common here is that we're all born into this world with 100% inherent self-worth. We are worthy just for being born, and that never changes.
Right.
And I think what we've heard in this room is people who have gotten I can't swear, so I'll say stuff, dirt, other people's junk or life experiences or other people's hurts, throwing on that golden ball of worth that we have, right? And sometimes like what we need is other people in our lives to help us, you know, take that to hand us the rag to wash that off.
Right.
Yeah.
So that we can see it. Like what you're saying is that you had to be like, here, look. Like I can look at you and just see how valuable you are, right?
Right.
And how valuable each of us are in this room, right? But that's why we need other people. Sometimes we can't see it ourselves because of our life experiences, things that we've been handed genetically, like anxiety, depression, health concerns. We can't see it. And sorry, I'm going to tear up because I'm so passionate about it. Is that I wish that I could just shove that into the heart of every human being is you are so damn worth it.
Amen.
Yeah, right on.
That's so awesome.
Sorry, it's so close to my heart.
No, it's okay. You're going to make me tear up.
Hey, a lot of people have asked how they can support the work we're doing here at Matt Logan Speaks. Well, you see this hammer that I got in my hand? It's pretty big. All you have to do is hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bell so that when we have new content up, you're the first to know about it. We really appreciate the comments, shares, likes, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us, because the algorithms on all these fancy computers, that's what they need. We appreciate it.